Good afternoon. I'm right back at you again with another interview. For those of you who are new to our environment, I am Alviana Brewster, the owner of Black Nurse Entrepreneurs, the premier networking organization for Black nurses who are interested in launching, building, and growing their entrepreneurial endeavors worldwide. I told y'all that Wednesday was going to be full of value, fun. I have the most amazing interviews. And so I have now interview number 2 with the Tammy Marshall. Okay. So I'm going to bring her on the stage and we got some stuff to talk about. You guys seem to be pretty interested in this topic specifically. So boom, I'm going to bring her on. Let's get this thing rolling. Okay. Hold on. Let me go grab her. Hold on just a second. There she is right there. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Uh-oh, she's ready. How are you doing today?
I am good. I'm grateful to be in this space so I can get little stuff for you guys today to get you warmed up for the conference.
Perfect. So first off, I always introduce you guys, but I always say that y'all can introduce yourself better than I can. So go ahead, tell us a little bit about you and what it is that you do, okay?
Yes, ma'am. So my name is Tammy Marshall. I am a family nurse practitioner and owner of Lumen Diagnostic Services and its subsidiaries Allure Health and Wellness and Nelil Academy. And so basically what I do, I activate you to become an active participant in your healthcare. That is my mission. That is my goal. Since I started, are we jumping right into it? Because you know I can talk.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You go.
I know you guys want the sauce. I know you want the juice. So basically how it began was a CLIA Lab. I thought I was just going to be doing COVID testing. This was a year ago. And then from that has spawned many different avenues of things that I do now. I'm launching my med spa. I had a consultation networking with Jamie Bryant. So that was helpful with gathering my ideas around this space because this is something completely new to me. I also own a private practice, which is something that I've been doing for the past 7 years or 8 years this year. So it was something more familiar to me. So I didn't need much direction in that realm. I also do medical weight loss. We have a medical bus, lady. So excited. She got her new lashes put on, guys. New lashes.
Oh.
She's ready. She's getting ready for the conference. So I'm excited to bring her to you guys.
You have to explain, go in a little bit deeper on exactly who Lady Bird is, what she's capable of doing, because Lady Bird is a very, very pivotal part of your business and a very integral part of it. So let's have a conversation, because I know there are people out there that may be on the fence about mobile versus brick and mortar, what that looks like.
So one of the things about Lady Bird, when we first purchased Lady Bird, we were supposed to be just strictly mobile. Mm-hmm. We did not want to do a brick and mortar location. So we purchased her a year ago. So she was a medical bus previous owned. So we were thinking, okay, with COVID, we're going to swing around here to all these different communities and really be in our communities with Lady Bird. However, my husband's nose is a real good nose. And he's like, babe, this bus has like a mildew smell to it. And I'm like, no, she's perfect. She's fine. She's going out there to make mama money, okay? Lady Bird needs to be out in the streets. And he's like, no, let's check her out. So when we checked her out, there was water behind the walls.
Wow.
So that was devastating to us because, well, to me specifically, because I really wanted her out there immediately as soon as we, bought her to turn her over and start making us some money. So she is a 45-foot bus. She has 4 chairs or exam table type of things, spa chairs in the front. She has an exam room in the back. She got a bathroom. She got 3 wash stations. I got my office back there. So she's really fully functional. Her mission is to literally go out into the communities. What we're doing for her, God's timing is always the best timing. I didn't see the vision back then, but with everything that we had going on back then, they weren't ready for her. Now that we've been in the community for so long, people are asking about her. So she's ready for her debut. We're also anticipating to be hit pretty hard this fall with COVID and flu and everything in between. So we have strategically planned out her entrance. We're going to be partnering her with hospitals and everything in between to help offset the flow so that we can do our part and also make money while doing it.
One thing I like about Lady Bird, and this is the reason why I wanted you to share the story, because I believe that us here in the B&E community, we do nursing differently. Okay. Um, and I'm glad that you are going to bring her to the conference, because I think it is very important for us to tangibly see how we can own our business and go out and serve our communities effectively, right? Going into underserved communities or communities that are oftentimes ignored. At the end of the day, we just don't see big box brands going into our communities. It just is not going to happen. So the thing about it for me is you are able to go out and provide those services, 50, 60 miles away, if that's what you got to do. And that is super important for our community. And it comes from a Black nurse, somebody that is a part of us.
Yes, and the love that we're getting from our community is like, and we specifically designed her to look like the clinic, but we also wanted it to feel like a clinic. We wanted it to be, well, not really like a clinic, but we wanted it to feel welcoming. That when you walk on there, you're like, oh, this is really nice. I feel like we deserve top tier services, top tier equipment. Because sometimes when you do see those medical buses, no foul on them or anything like that, but when they are going out to our communities, they don't look the nicest, right? They may be run down, out of date, just don't really have a really good feel to them. You might have that mildew smell on the wall.
Right,
But
right,
we don't
right,
got
right.
that mildew smell on the wall. She's been completely remodeled, gutted, and brought back up. So I'm really excited to showcase her, because like you said, it's a pivotal part of my business.
Mhm.
And she's a physical manifestation because we own her through and through. So she was completely paid for, remodeled, everything by CLIA. So, and that's another thing that's like beautiful to me.
Yeah. You said it's a physical manifestation. I
Physical
need y'all to
manifestation.
understand the power in behind that very phrase right there, the physical manifestation of your vision, of your purpose, of the dedication to us. One thing I want you to touch on is, so initially you said, 8, 9 years I was doing private practice, but for someone else.
Yeah.
And then when I launched my CLIA Lab, we went from a difficult time to 10xing, and now here we are now. So as it relates to our conference, because we wanted to talk a lot about how fear almost crippled this process, almost made it where we wouldn't even be in this position
Yeah.
right now, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to speak about the two together. Fear coupled with the CLIA Lab and the whole process of getting started to now where you are here.
Okay. I know some of you have heard my speech before, like in Clubhouse, where I equate that process of fear as getting out of the boat with Peter and Jesus, right? When God called Peter out of the boat, he's asking him to do something in your mind that you know is not possible, right? Walking on water is not possible in our human thoughts, in our human realm. But when God activates you, he gives you a mission and he gives you your assignment, you have to listen. And sometimes that requires you to fight against your flesh.
Right.
Because in your mind, you're thinking, I really can't do this. This doesn't make any sense. But he's telling you to do it anyway.
Mhm.
And so that was one of the things that I struggled with when I first heard the calling on January 4th last year. I was like, I hear what you're saying, and I know about praise, and I'm like really upset with my job and stuff. I know I can't stand them right now. I know I'm a little hurt, but you want me to do what? And it kept on coming up. In January 6th was actually a pivotal point to me, because that's when I saw people storm the Capitol building. And I said,
Mm.
okay, well, if you can storm a Capitol building and do something that's so wrong, why can't I find the courage to do something that's so right to help people that look like me?
Come
And then
on.
that's where that mindset changed. And so I literally got out the boat. And I'm not saying that it's been easy, because Lord knows there's been a time where my eyelids were barely above water. I was drowning. I was literally drowning. And I was like, yo, this doesn't make any sense. And my husband, who's my business partner, I said, I'm done. I'm absolutely done. But he didn't allow me to be done. And so he acted like when they tell you in the plane, pull your life vest.
Hmm.
He helped me pull my life vest, and I popped up and my head was above water. And he's like, we got this. And
Hmm.
he was absolutely right. It's not easy. This journey of entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. There will be fear and there will be great victories. But what I'm challenging you to do is that if you keep your eye on God, I promise you that you can walk on water. You will and can do the unimaginable.
How did you go from CLIA into the other streams of income? Like, what in your mind was like, okay, well, boom, here's CLIA, but we can also start a this, and then we can. So, what was the process, maybe mentally, that led you to this, to this, to this, to the next thing?
So I'm always thinking a million miles ahead. So when I got my CLIA waiver, testing was down. And I said, oh, this ain't it. I know I did not spend all my money. And this don't make any sense. So that's when the vaccine started coming out. I said, okay, I'm going to get the vaccine because I need traction in my business. And the vaccine to me, I believe in the vaccine, but also it was a permanent business card. When I give them that vaccine card, it's my business and my name is on that card, which they have
Like
to
that.
keep forever and present to whoever they're going. So my end game was to convert these people that I had. I had a product that everybody wanted, right? I wanted to convert every single person that with a warm handoff. We were at times I could have tested a whole bunch of people, but at the end I wanted the experience because the experience with the patient that I created, whether it was from my staff or otherwise, was going to propel me forward to my private practice. So I always focus on the bigger picture. So I knew that COVID money was not going to be able to sustain us for long. So I was in that mindset from the very beginning. Okay, I'm getting all this money from doing COVID testing, but I know it's not going to last. It's not sustainable at this level. It's not. So I became the Hoover vacuum. I just sucked it all up, and then I said, okay, let's reposition. What else do they need from me? And so as I started listening and talking to my clients, different ideas started coming. Oh, can you be my PCP? Boom, I got it. But then what I did with my PCP, I don't want to take all insurances. And that's where you got to check your pulse, check for what you want in your practice. I do want to stay predominantly cash pay. So what I did to keep me afloat, I credentialed with like 3 insurances. Haven't worked back with 2, but I am credentialed with 1 officially. That 1 is turning over for my primary care practice.
Nice.
And now I'm on their cards. So they say, okay, go to Tammy Marshall. She's your primary care. They're calling me now. So my primary care sector is set. Then I was like, okay, well, I'll just get a little micro needle pen and that's it. That's all I was supposed to do with the aesthetics realm. Just a micro needling pen because I want to do it on myself. You know, it was a little selfish. But then I realized, oh, people want this. People are asking about it. And so, boom, then there came the med spa. But it wasn't without hesitation because I didn't see it that big yet. And so I had to, again, with my networking, and I collaborated with, not collaborating, but I ended up getting a session with Jamie Bryant to help where my mind was, because aesthetics is completely foreign to me. And she told me some good pointers. I implemented them, and boom, there came the med spa. Coaching, people want to know how I do stuff. Boom, coaching came. You stretched me as well by making me create courses.
I sure did.
Boom, I was stretched to create courses. So through all of this, like, you know, people say my hand's in a lot of pots. It really is, because when someone cycles the water from one, another one is growing. So I have a lot of things going on, but I'm excited because they're all feeding me, my family, my legacy. So I will not have to worry about I don't have to work for the man, never again. Never again.
Not for the man.
But never again, I'm not working for the man. Never.
So you're saying, I think this is what I heard.
Yeah.
You're saying that there are different people here in this community that have helped you, the network, right? And I am going to be talking about network a little later on. I want your opinion and your ideas just on how has the network here been beneficial for you, and maybe even changed your mindset on a lot of things that you maybe initially thought a year ago.
So Alviana knows this. I respect her. I honor her. If she did not create this environment for me to see other people that look like me, I would not have a legacy to give my family. It's because I saw other people in this environment that were doing things that gave me the permission to dream bigger than what I could have ever imagined. It allowed me to stretch myself. And then when I felt overwhelmed, I reached out to my sisters and they have supported me. I also belong to the B&E Elite group. It's a sisterhood. I mean, I know there's brothers in there too, but the ladies that have just poured into me, I have had staffing issues and all kinds of stuff where I have just felt over. And when I tell you they have prayed with me, prayed for me, elevated me,
They
surrounded
sure have.
me, supported me. It has been a beautiful networking. And when I don't know the answer and I reach out, somebody knows the answer. So it's just been, I feel protected. I feel like I found my tribe. I feel like I belong. As weird and quirky as I've always been, but it was never really accepted. But here I am, accepted for who I am, and I get to flourish and tell other people of what I can do, and they can physically see the manifestations of everything that goes on in your brain.
I want you guys to see something. If I'm smart enough, I may not be. I don't know. I don't know. I want to show you guys physically what we're talking about here. So let me see if I'm smart enough to share my screen here. So give me 1 second. I don't know if I'm smart enough to do this. Let me
I think
see
she's not
here.
gonna show you Ladybird. I don't know.
Yeah, of course I am. If I can find her. I'm looking for the screen. If not, we'll post it in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may have to post her in the group later on. But anyways, my point is this. I just wanted you to not only just share the story, but understand, because a lot of people will give up, you know? And I think the most important part of this story, or at least one of the most important parts of this story, is the resilience and the tenacity. It took not only the foundation and the word of God, it took a supportive family. It took your own mindset. It took a network here, us pouring and instilling and praying with you and stuff like that. So I want our community to understand that we're so much better when we work together
Yeah.
in order to meet a goal. You know, the vision for Lelure is that's your vision, but I'm a part of that vision, and so are so many other people, right? It's not my business, but I played a little bit of a part or a little role, as well as what you guys do for me. So I think the key takeaway is not really allowing fear to get in the way. That's number one. But number two, also understanding that when we have those moments of fear that may come, I call it a trick of the enemy, honestly, is
Yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah.
Understand that God will send you exactly what you need, whether it is the family, whether it's the resources, whether it's B&E, whether it's good girlfriends or whatever. God will send you what you need in order to level up and elevate this business. So what we're getting to watch with your business is really the manifestation
Yeah.
of the dream, the vision, right? Coming alive. So I wasn't able to, but what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I wasn't able to share the screen like I want to because I don't want to mess up something, but this is what I'll do. I'm going to post in the comments a picture of two things. Not only Ladybird, but Tammy just launched a new product line too. Okay? She being quiet about that. She just launched it. How do you go from CLIA Lab to a whole aesthetics product line too?
Yeah.
There's a process to these things. And so I want you guys to physically see also the products, because that is a part of the journey. It's a part of the journey. Thank you, Miss Lelure. Health and wellness. I want to say thank you. One of the reasons why I wanted you to be a part of this event is just really the energy, the tenacity, the determination, the empowerment that you have. There was one time, I'm gonna share this with you. There was one time when we were in Clubhouse. It was one of your first times really, really coming onto the stage. And Dr. V called me and she was like, that girl right there is hot. She is good at what she does. She is fire. Oh my God. And we were literally overwhelmed. Like, we were overcome with emotion. We were crying. We were like overjoyed and feel like that Tammy Marshall is the stuff right there. It's really the power in allowing God to utilize you, the vehicle, right? The vessel.
Yeah.
And so I thank you for agreeing to be a part of our event. And I thank you for sharing Ladybird. And we got a couple of more little surprises and things that she's going to be bringing along. So those of you who are coming to the event, I can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. If you have not purchased your ticket, you got to purchase your ticket, okay? Because we're getting we're getting down to the wire. Purchase your ticket, also secure your hotel. That link that's trailing right there at the bottom, that link is the link that you need to use. Also, it's in the description. I'm not sure who this is, so whenever we go to the Facebook group, we can see it right here. But boom, somebody said they need a mentor now. Okay? Well, they need a mentor now. Let's see. I started a CLIA Lab with y'all, and now I own a IV hydration clinic. Booyah.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said Lady Bird is innovative.
Yeah.
There we go. It showcases who we are as Black nurses at its finest. So thank you guys. Oh, one last thing.
Yes, ma'am.
We also have, I just want to let them know that we also have in person, because I know a lot of people, virtual. A lot of people said, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it in person, but I need to know how can I get the information? Don't worry, we got you covered. We also have a virtual option for our conference, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that you're getting this type of information right here. So either way, whether in person or virtual, we will see you, and we hope that this information blesses you in your entrepreneurial journey. Thank you, Tammy Marshall.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.